Hello, Boss I here once again with another tank video, and we are in Prokhorovka, and we're going to be scouting in my RU-251 Tier 9 German light tank. My actions are usually dictated by what the team wants to do, and that ensures my survivability, actually, and the amount of points I can rack up. In my light tank, I expect to get more assisted damage, spotted hits rather than direct confrontation hits or sniping. My team is pushing forward, and that's always a good thing in this map. When I'm in a team that isn't very good, they usually sit back by the JK line if I'm on this side of the field, or if I'm on the other side of the field, they sit by the AB line and they don't even move forward. When this happens, I don't actively scout. I do minimum. Usually revert to passively scouting and sniping. Sometimes I get so frustrated with the team I just stay in the back when they decide not to move at all. But hey man, it's because I'm putting my tank's life online when I actively scout. And if they're too far in the back, they can't really support me. They'll see the enemy I'm scouting, but they're not in the positions to hit them. So what do? They wait for the enemies to advance while I can still spot them. And I would be spotted the whole time and basically knocked out of the game. And I get less points because of that. So when that happens, I snipe with them, or I passively scout very carefully, or I take the zero line and snipe from there. I've had players, curse me out, saying, "Hey man, you're not doing your job. You're supposed to scout for the team with the," and I'm like, "Well, you're supposed to be pushing and controlling the map, basically trying to win. And if you're just gonna sit there in the back, do your own scouting." Anyways, I just took out that light tank in the mid. I did that so as to protect my teams, really. We were all shooting at him. But I have this crew trained in smooth ride, and I put a vertical stabilizer. That piece of equipment and that skill I usually put in almost all my tanks when I can. It helps me hit opponents while I'm on the move. So it increases my accuracy, and that's how I hit that light tank in the middle of the map and got the kill. Now I'm pushing for my team on the teammates on the 1-2 line. That TD and Heavy in the back by the G, they're working well together. TD's a little behind the Heavy. And that's exactly what he's supposed to do. I try to keep moving around while I'm spotting the 1-2 line, because a light tank which is just sitting there and spotted is a dead light tank. Now there's a medium pushing. One of our mediums had decided to go all the way to the A line and push and try to flank the enemy in the back, and that was a silly move for him to do. And he was trying to scout and take out the TD, obviously unsuccessful, and he died there. I have no clue why he did that. Like, dude, that's my job as a light tank. And I know not to scout that way because that's just suicide. Drive up here to keep them lit, so the 3 tanks which are with me can push in on them. I took a hit, but I don't mind. I knew that they wouldn't be able to completely obliterate me in the amount of time because these 3 other tanks which I have with me are moving on them. I'm just waiting for those 3 tanks to get rid of them, because I'm right here deciding whether or not to snipe or keep pushing. I decide to snipe here. That Heavy On the right side, this is 2M tier 7 tank. I could take him out easily with this gun. Um, and I know there's a T-28 on the left side, a tier 8 tank destroyer. I wait for the heavy behind me to be destroyed. That way I can move up without being spotted right away. Take a shot at the IS-2, got him. And so now I feel, alright, let's move up, but I want to stay away from the T-28, so I decide to move up on the left side, just waiting for my time to move. Actually waited for the IS-2M to take a shot somewhere. And now I'm here, and he sees me. He's got his gun towards me. But I am moving fast, and I know that gun is not that accurate. And I'm like, okay, he's about to die. So I take a shot at him. He's gone. So I know that Artie must be on the other side of this train. These train tracks, not sure where. And boom, I spot him. Now, I don't push on him because I don't know where that last TD is. And I know the light tank is still by the 7 line. This light tank, like all light tanks, kind of fragile, even at tier 9. So I decided to cap the base instead. Like, you know what? I'll get my points too. And please, don't hate on those guys who decide to cap the base. Come on now, you're just mad because you won't be able to get your points or your kills if the base gets capped out. But he's just doing the same thing as you. He's just trying to get his points as well. And you're both trying to win the game for your team. I decided to leave the base because just want to see if I can find that light tank. I know he's going to be gunning for the RD. And really, I just want to keep the Artie alive and get my own points. But I'm not going to hate on that guy who's capping out. Conqueror there, and I know on this shot I won't be able to pen, but I've got to try. And I don't cross because I don't want to be spotted right away. I'm sure the Conqueror would have spotted me. See, the higher you go, especially tier 9s and tier 10s, they'll spot you even if you have a full camo crew. And if you're running across a field, they will spot you. Even with all that, silent engine, camouflage, muffled shot. To tier 9, tier 10, it makes little difference. Too late for me. I saw the Lycan moving up the one line. I'm like, no, Artie. But Artie takes a great shot at him. And that takes him out. With the heavy tank at the base, he ends the game, and we get the victory. I felt like I did okay. I got 18 spotted hits. So that equals 3,874 worth of assisted damage, and only 1,141 worth of actual damage I dealt. This is an okay game, but it does show how to scout Prokhorovka correctly. Well, that's it. Hope you learned something. Peace. Thanks for watching.